It's Evelyn here and welcome. Today I am sharing with you all of the pages that I colored in March. Are you ready? Let's check it out. All right. I colored one page from this book, Be Calm and Color, illustrated by Angela Porter. And this is the illustration here. I used Stabilo markers and this is how it looks. I chose this book because of one of you. Sometimes I put on my community tab a question. I ask you, what are you working on? What are you coloring? And then some of you will tell me, well, this one person told me that they were coloring in Be Calm and Color. And I said, I have that book. I think I'm going to for March, and I did. I think this turned out pretty good. I used Stabilo markers. I was going for a more of a calming type of situation with this illustration here, and I like it. That is all I colored in Be Calm and Color. Up next, I have a page that I colored in Nature Mandalas by Mel Pomini, and this is the page that I colored. Check it out. I used polychromos and Staedtler colored pencils. I use polychromos for most of this illustration, the water here, the blue background, all of these sea animals, sea creatures here, but right in here where we have the purple and yellow and all of this, where my finger is, I use Staedtler colored pencils and I use Staedtler here as well. Now, if I had to do this over, I would probably make this blue much lighter because the other sea creatures that I colored, they are not really popping. So all of the colors seem to be of the same tone. They're kind of like dark in tone, I guess. And that's why I'm saying I would have gone lighter with the blue to make these bad boys pop. But overall, I think this turned out very well. It took me a long time to complete this page. I worked on it a little at a time and I finally got it done. I used only two types of pencils, the polychromos and the Staedtler colored pencils. All I colored in Nature Mandalas by Mel Pomini. Up next, I have a few pages that I colored from Galaxy Gals by Kara and Aldrich. And here they are. This is an alcohol markers book, so I'm getting my practice in with alcohol markers, so check this out. The markers that I used here were, let me look on the back of here, my Cali Art alcohol markers. So I think this turned out pretty good considering I'm not really one who uses alcohol markers all that well, but hey, I'm trying. I try to get a little creative here by using a darker pink in the hair and having a different shade here to kind of, blend a little bit. And I use some little swirlies to make some curls. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good here. The next page that I have is this one, and I use my Artist Loft alcohol markers here. And the only thing I don't like about this one is the background. I got streaking. Maybe it looks like it's raining, but I thought since it has stars in this illustration that I wanted it to be, kind of look like it's nighttime or dark. But overall, I think this turned out pretty good. Then the next one is this one. I think this is my favorite one because I just think the colors pop so well. I use Mondo Llama alcohol markers for this one. So take a look, little up close and personal. I think this turned out pretty good. Okay. So that's all I colored in this book, 3 pages. This one, and this one from Galaxy Gals by Kara and Aldrich. Up next, I have a page that I colored in Cute Chibi Creature Coloring. I love this book. And this is the page that I colored. I used some alcohol markers that I had bought from Amazon. I think Weblo, and some of them about dried out, so they're not my best alcohol markers. but this is what I colored. I was trying to go for a rainbow looking color, and I really didn't have a color scheme. I was just coloring just to color and to relax. I didn't use anything else, no colored pencils. I didn't do any shading or anything. I just used the alcohol markers, and I think it turned out pretty good. That is all I colored in Cute Chibi Creature Coloring by Phoebe M. Up next, I have a few pages that I colored in Small Victories by Johanna Basford. This is the first page that I colored, and I used Staedtler colored pencils, the 146C or the Design Journey colored pencils. Let me zoom in just a tad so you can see this. This is the page with the houses, and I just colored this, no rhyme or reason. Just picked some colors and colored. And when I do that, I'm doing that to relax and just not really think about too much what I'm doing. And this book is perfect for that. The next page I colored is this one, and on this one I used the Faber-Castell polychromos. Okay, this page here. The next page I colored is this one, the dinosaur page, and I also used Faber-Castell polychromos. And the last page I colored in Small Victories is this page, and I used Stabilo Pen 68 to color this page. And that is all I colored in Small Victories by Johanna Basford. Up next, I have 2 pages that I completed in World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. And these are the pages. The medium I use for both of these pages, colored pencils, the Faber-Castell polychromos. On this side, the truck, I enjoyed coloring this. The only thing I probably would have done differently is simply color the background and not make these flowers blue, because inside I had it blue, which means this part needs to be blue. At least I think so. But overall, I really enjoyed coloring this page. It was a lot of fun to try to come up with something on this page. Now the next page is this one here, and I also liked coloring this page and coming up with something on here. And I use, of course, I said polychromos for this one too. I didn't use any other color pencils other than polychromos, and I think it turned out pretty good. These were the only 2 pages that I colored in World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. Up next, I have a few pages that I colored in A Frog's Tale by R.J. Hampson. The first page is the This Book Belongs To page, and I used Faber-Castell polychromos for this one. And I think it turned out pretty good. The next page is this one. I know this is not a completed page. This is a test page. For this test page, I was trying to see how the Staedtler color pencils will work on the next page that you will see coming up. And I discovered that those pencils would be a good pencil to use on my page. So I decided to go ahead and use them for this page. This one is a page that I colored in a video. If you haven't seen that video, I encourage you to go watch it in your leisure or when you have time. I am doing a lot of talking in there, and you might enjoy the conversation. Anyway, this is the page that I colored, and I used Staedtler colored pencils. I used a white Posca pen, and I also used a white Prisma pencil on this illustration. And also for the background, I used the Faber-Castell. I think it's pronounced Faber. I'm not really sure, but Faber-Castell soft pastel chalk here for my background. And that is all I colored in A Frog's Tale by R.J. Hampson. Up next, I have a double page spread that I colored from Tales from Atlantis by Hannah Carzone. And this is the double page spread that I did not want to show you. But this is what I colored. I did not want to show you this because it's a hot mess with the hair. It's toe up from the flow up, as they say. But I think overall, it's okay. I did the background using Faber-Castell or Faber-Castell Soft Pastel. And I did the pencil work using Prismacolor Premier. The hair is where I went wrong. It's a hot mess. Okay, I already know it is. But I used the Stabilo Pen 68 and then I went over it with some colored pencils. I was trying to fix this, but yeah, to no avail. If I had to do this over again, I would just use one color for both of their hair, like yellow, yellow, green, and green, or simply one person has yellow hair and the other one has green hair, okay? I would not have done it like this. I don't know what I was thinking. But I do like this one. I don't like this one. Also, I use gel pens for the jewelry, the headpieces. I used silver gel pen and then some glazed up in here. Yeah, so that is it. This is all I colored in Tales from Atlantis by Hannah Carzone. I finally completed my first Kirby Rosanes page in Wondrous Animals, Color a Kingdom of Creatures. And here it is. All I used for this page or this double page spread were colored pencils. The Amazon basic colored pencils. This took me a long time, but what I normally do is I work on something like, let's say, the tree. I might work on the tree branches and all that to get it completed. Then I move on to the leaves and then I move on to the animals, and I just do a little at a time. I think it turned out very nice for my first time coloring a page in one of Kirby's books. That's all I colored in this book, Kirby's Wondrous Animals. Up next, I have a page that I colored in Mythographic Voyage by Joseph Cadombang. And this is the page here. I use Faber-Castell Polychromos. This page was a lot of fun to color, probably because I didn't have a clue what was going on. I just kind of went with the flow here. You have ice cream and just a lot of desserts and a little person here rolling in, I guess, ice cream. I don't know. Cupcake. This was very fun to color. And all I used on this page was colored pencils, the Faber-Castell Polychromos. That's it. That's all I colored in Mythographic Voyage by Joseph Cadombang. This is the last page that I colored in March. Mythographic Fairy Wonderland by Fabiana Atanasio. And this is the page here. I think this turned out pretty good. I got a little messed up in some areas, and if you really look closely, you can probably see what I'm talking about. I used Prismacolor Premier, and I used Posca pen, and what else? Gel pen, the glaze pen in some areas. You may be able to tell, maybe a glare here, but I used the clear glazed Jelly Roll pen in the areas where you're supposed to have like that shiny portion of the pomegranate seeds. I tried. I like this. I think it turned out very well, and this is it. This is all I colored from the Mythographic Fairy Wonderland by Fabiana Astanasio. I think that's how the name is said, but I know I probably butchered it. And that is all I colored in March. If you have any questions or any comments, that you would like to share, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And until next time, keep coloring. Bye.